If you could describe Forefront in just one word, what would it be?
Probably just straightforward. I mean, it's what you see is what you get, and it just makes sense.
All right. Hey, Connor, thank you so much for taking the time to join me on the call.
Not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Go ahead and introduce yourself if you would.
So my name's Connor McCleery. I work with Yellowhammer Investment Group, and we're based out of Mobile, Alabama.
Nice. What is your typical exit strategy and the rough number of deals for the year that you guys are doing?
We flip houses, buy rentals, buy and hold, and then we wholesale as well. Wholesaling is probably the least of the three we do. We're heavy into buying rentals, building up our portfolios, and flipping. So at any given time, I think we got like 11 or 12 projects going right now. So we have several rentals that are in different stages of being acquired and getting in the process of being rented out, not including turnover. This is not, in between tenants. This is purchasing them, getting them ready to go. Then we have, I think, 4 flips going right now, and then, the rest are wholesale deals. And so our wholesaling is not our number one go-to. It's more of like our exit 3 if the timeline doesn't work out or for whatever reason we can't, fulfill the project on our own.
Nice. It sounds a lot like how we were operating for a long time, like kind of, doing the rehabs and the ones that were just like, man, I don't want to deal with this one. We just wholesale that thing out.
Right.
All right, cool. So what was happening in your business before you came over to Forefront CRM? Like what caused you to say, hey, I'm going to start looking for something else?
So we were previously using a CRM that was quite complicated. It had the ability to be super powerful, could do almost anything you wanted it to do. But with that comes just a massive learning curve. And in order to learn how to work most efficiently, it's just a lot of time and energy just sitting there and figuring out what happens when different things are clicked. And so I would set up like this chain of events, to happen, and you click go, and then 5 or 6 things happen that you were unaware of. And I'm just like, okay, so now I've got to really deep dive into this and figure out what's going on. And it was mainly just a time suck, and I didn't feel like I was getting the benefits out of it for the amount of energy and time it was taking to make the program work. That's kind of what led me to start looking for other CRMs.
So do you feel like you were spending so much time, do you feel like I'm just like being an admin to the CRM than I am doing deals?
Exactly. And it was just a lot. I was constantly fighting with the basic function of what we needed a CRM to be, which was efficiently managing leads. And it was just falling through. And I was like, we got to do something better. There has to be something simpler out there that can just do the basic functions better. And then we can jump back onto this later if we need to. But once I left that platform, I was like, wow, I don't know why I started that to begin with.
So when you were looking at making the transition, was there anything like, were you hesitant at all to commit the time to transitioning to the new CRM?
First of all, I'm like a research junkie. So any time that I'm looking into doing a transition or to purchase something new, I'm going to do at least a little bit of research as to what the company's about, who are their main competitors, things along those lines. So after doing a little bit of research, I was confident that Forefront was just a simpler and more straightforward software than what we're currently using. And of course, there's just going to be a learning curve with anything you do, but I knew that it had to be a lot less learning curve than what we were currently experiencing. And so, just with the amount of downtime it was going to take to learn the Forefront platform, I knew that the software would outweigh and the benefits would be greater than that small amount of transitioning it took. And so I knew that the platform was just better overall for, what our current needs were at the time.
Besides you talked about Forefront, being simple. Is there any other difference with Forefront that you saw between the other things that you researched?
I'm very much a visual person. So the other platform we were using, there was a lot of stuff running in the background, which is, like I said, is great and all, but if it's out of sight, it's out of mind type of thing for me. And so just to manage the leads, you would click on a lead and you'd in Forefront terms, move it to the next status. Well, it would disappear and go to a different page. So now it takes it out of that status and moves it into the next one it's supposed to be in, but it takes it away from your visual representation of the big picture, what's happening. And Forefront just nailed that on the head for me. It was like, you're going to see all of your leads in the status they're in the pipeline view, and here you go. You know where each one is, and it just made more sense for me.
Nice. How has life been with your business operating on Forefront?
It was really just a relief knowing that the lead management is one less thing that, I had to fight with on a daily basis. I understand the main features of the system and it serves our needs well. And, now I can spend my time focusing on different areas of the business, which is, beneficial and income producing. Forefront has the ability to do some of the super powerful stuff. I've just recently implemented some follow-up sequences. And so we have automated tasks and things like that we have the ability to do. But when I was just doing that simple transition in the beginning, it wasn't a requirement to use all of those features to get the benefit of what Forefront is great at. It's been less stressful and just more efficient. I can just manage my leads a lot better. I can keep tabs on where each lead is in each stage. It's easier to follow up with people because I know how long they've been through our system. And things just it's not out of sight, out of mind anymore. It's all right there, right in front of you. You can change the categories of what the different titles are going to be, but just even out of the box. It is easy to understand. There's not this massive learning curve. And above everything else, my favorite part of Forefront is not only does it do what it's promised it can do, but the communication is amazing. So like with Danny, with you and with your team, the communication is top notch. And if you have any questions about anything, then you guys are there. Like I can reach out to you and I can be like, hey, I'm struggling with this, or how was this intended to be used, or things along those lines. And I get feedback and I get answers and I can implement those answers all around. It's a great team, a great product, and it's just a great experience. Head and shoulders above where we came from.
So would you recommend Forefront CRM to other real estate investors?
Absolutely would. Maybe not people in my direct market because I don't want to help. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, absolutely. It's not just for flipping or rentals or wholesaling. Anything in the real estate investing realm, Forefront can help you with. It helps you streamline your processes. And at the end of the day, everybody knows whoever has the better processes usually is the one that ends up on top.
Cool. One last thing, I'm putting together a thing of different people just saying like what they did over the last 12 months that moved the needle the most for them in their business. And maybe that's some sort of thing along just business and leadership or marketing. Do you have something in mind you think that really made the biggest change for you over the last 12 months?
I believe everybody knows that, processes are key, but in addition to the processes, being consistent is one of the best things that anybody can do. So finding systems that help us implement more consistent action. Forefront's one of those softwares. It helps us be more consistent in our processes. The real deals are in the follow-up. And so, we have the ability to go get leads and prospect and things like that. But having a great system in place that allows you to be consistent with your follow-up, it really brings out the ability to find the deals that most people are missing or not acting on, or originally got rejected. And so they were like, okay, on to the next list type of thing. So it really has helped our business.
Cool. Man, good answers, dude. I'm going to have to get you on the podcast. Well, thank you so much, Connor. This has been excellent. What you've said blows me away, makes me really proud of what we've put together. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah, not a problem. I appreciate you having me on, and you guys just keep rocking. You're doing a great job, and I appreciate all the effort and energy you put into it because it makes my daily life easier. So, congratulations on that aspect.